and welcome to another Pilates session. So today we're going to focus a little bit on our breathing. We're going to do a little bit of arm work, and then there'll be a little bit of work on our legs. There'll be an option with that section that you can come to standing or you can stay sitting in your chair. So first of all, let's just start thinking about our posture so we get ourselves in the best position possible to focus on our breathing. I'd like you to feel like the weight is even through both of your feet. So you're not sitting, wrapping your legs around the chair legs. You haven't got one leg crossed over the other. As much as possible, you want to feel all 10 toes connecting with your shoes or into the floor. And the weight is even over those two sides. Stacking up from there, you want your hips over the knees, so we're not rolling our knees in together and we're not turning the legs out. We're just in a parallel. Sorry, that's knees over the feet, not knees over the knees. Knees over the feet. And then that will line up with the hips, and then we grow and build our spine up from there. So it's naturally got three curves. We want to avoid trying to round too much forwards and slump, but nor do we want to be sticking our ribs out. We want to feel like the back body is just lengthening, almost like there was a wall behind us, and we're trying to feel the back of our head in between our shoulder blades, and maybe the very base of our back, where our sacrum is, where the back of our pelvis is. That would be on the invisible wall. And we're just going to take a couple of sighs. So I'm going to get you to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you can sigh it out. You can be a bit vocal if you want, or just let that breath come all the way out. And we'll do that one more time. Okay. So now as we're breathing in, we're going to think a little bit about our diaphragm and our rib cage. As you breathe in, you want to feel like that rib cage is expanding, and as you breathe out, that rib cage starts to close down. Again, we're going to breathe in, and we're going to breathe out. You don't need to have your hands on your rib cage. You can wrap them here or rest them on the chair or your legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, now we're going to start counting. We're going to try and do 5 counts to breathe in and 5 counts to breathe out. So here we go. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just normal, natural breathing. I'm going to now do a little Pilates exercise called the hundreds. So not just thinking about our breathing, we're now going to think about our abdominals. I'm going to go a little bit faster with my clicking and my counting. So as you breathe in, we're focusing on the diaphragm, and as you breathe out, you're focusing out and pulling the navel into the spine. 5 counts to breathe in, 5 counts to breathe out, and we're going to try and do 10 sets if you can. So here we go. Breathe out first of all, so we're getting ready. And here we go, we're breathing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. Pull the belly button to the spine. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. Pulling belly button to spine. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. Pulling navel to spine. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 2 more sets to go. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time, just like this. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have a little pause. So we've got 4 sets to go. With our last 4 sets, we're going to try and add a little bit extra with our arms. And we're just going to tap our hands on our legs as we're counting, or as I was clicking. So we're going to try 4 sets like that. Here we go. Breathe out, get rid of all the air. Last 4 sets. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good work. 2 more sets to go. Breathe out. Pull the belly button in. Last time in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and pause. Good. Just natural breathing pattern now. That was very good. That's one of the traditional Pilates exercises called the hundreds. All about thinking about our breath and thinking about our core. We're now going to start adding in a bit more movement through the arms. If this is too much for you, just keep the arms quite low. I'm going to see if I can bring my arms up to shoulder height. Now we're going to bring them like this, a bit like we were a robot. So there's a 90-degree angle in at our elbows. Okay, we're going to keep that fairly rigid shape and come up to here. So my elbows are in line with my shoulders and then close. So we're coming up and closing. And if you almost think of like little bellows with your arms, when you bring your arms down, you can think of your exhale being there. So I inhale, lift, and I exhale, close. And this doesn't have to be the deepest breaths you've done. We're going to do a couple more. All right, let's make that the last one. Now I'm going to stay with my rigid shape, and I'm going to open out and close. So I've still got that 90 degree at my elbows as I'm opening and closing. So I'm actually externally rotating at the shoulder joint. Try not to lift my elbows away from my body, but keep them in. And you might notice you have one arm that goes further than the other. So that's external rotation. We're going to do two more. And we're going to do one more. Okay. So now we're going to go into internal rotation. With our internal rotation, if you can, your arms are going to start up at that shoulder height. They can go a bit lower if you want, but internal rotation means we drop the hands down to the floor and then up. They drop down to the floor and up. Now, can you remember your wall behind you? So as you let your arms come down, you're trying not to slump in your chair. So keep a beautiful long spine. Now, if you've got clicky shoulders, you don't have to be pushing hard through this movement. Keep it nice and relaxed. Let's do 3 more. Let's go for 2 more. And let's go for 1 more. And then we'll release that down. Give your shoulders a nice circle round. Okay, all right. So we're going to try and do a variation where we link some of these movements together. So we're going nice and slowly first of all. We are going to go out. We're going to lift up. We're going to flap down and we're going to slide in. We're going to open out. We're going to lift up. We're going to sweep down and we're going to slide in. So we rotate, we elevate, we internally rotate and we squeeze in. We're going to turn out, lift up, swing it down, squeeze it in. And are you still sitting nice and tall? And can you still feel weight even through both of your feet? Let's go again. 2 more sets through this. Flap it down, squeeze it in. Last time, turn it out, lift it high, flap it down, squeeze it in and relax. Good. So that was a short lever, a bent arm. We're going to try and work with a longer lever now. So this is a straight arm. If that feels too much for you, have a bit of softness in your elbows. Now I'm going to work at kind of shoulder height again, and if that's too much for you, go a bit lower. So straight arms out. I've just got my fingertips on my on my knees. I'm going to pull my tummy in and come up to shoulder height and down. Up to shoulder height and down. We'll do a couple more. And we're going to do 1 more. And then we're going to add. So we're going to go up, we're going to go open, and we're going to come down. We're going to come up, we're going to come open, and we're going to come down. So if there's somebody next to you and you're getting a bit close to them, just keep your range quite small. Really important that you're not sticking your body forwards as your arms go wide. Okay, we're going to go the other way. So out wide, bring together, and lower. All the time you're just trying to sit as beautifully tall as you can. Now, if you do this and you think, I could probably make this a little harder for myself, you've got an option to do this holding little weights in each hand. And I would just suggest holding a can in each hand. They're about half a kilo, 400 grams sometimes, 475. So those are quite a good little extra weights to add. All right, rest. Now we're going to do some crisscrossing. We're going to be overlapping and I'm going to hold my arms up at shoulder height. So I'm going to crisscross for 4 and then do 1 open wide. Here we go. Cross 4, 3, 2, 1, open, and we're going to close to cross. We go cross, 2, 3, 4, open, and here we go again. Cross, 2, 3, 4, open. We've got 4 more sets. Cross, 2, 3, 4, and open. And I'm palms down to the floor with this set, which does mean we're going to do another set. Remember, if it's too much, lower your arms down a little bit more. Maybe you're feeling glad that we don't have those weights. Now here's your second set. Bring the arms in front, but go palms up. So we've externally rotated those shoulders again. 4 crisscrosses. 4, 3, 2, 1, and open. We'll go again. 4, 3, 2, 1, and open. We'll go again. 4, 3, 2, 1, and open. Go again. 4, 3, 2, 1, and open. We've got 4 more sets. 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a break if you need it. 4, 3, 2, 1, and open. Tummy strong. Sit tall. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open. Last time. Cross. 2, 3, 4. Open and release. Good. Give your shoulders a nice big circle round after all of that work through those joints. Reverse those circles. Take it back round the other way. And then we're also going to give your wrists a little circle. So we're just going to take fingertips in towards the palms of the hands. Tuck your elbows in so you really are just moving through those wrist joints. And they might be a bit clicky. They often are as we move them around. All right, let's do a couple more. Okay, so the next section, we're going to go right down and focus on our legs. I'm going to do it seated and then give you a standing option. For the seated option, it's going to start with a heel raise. So lift up both heels, lower them, lift and lower. So let's do another 4 of these. Lift the heels and lower, lift the heels and lower, and lift the heels and lower. Okay, now we're going to add in a kick. And I'm always going to kick with my, if I go, what looks like right leg to you. So we're going to lift and lower. I'm going to kick and in. Same side again. We're going to kick and in. And again, lift the heels and lower and kick and in. And again, lift and lower and kick and in. So that was 4. Now this time we're going to lift and lower and we're going to do a side tap. All right, here we go. Lift and lower and side tap. And again, lift and lower. And I want you to feel that you're still sitting really tall. So when you lift and lower those heels, we're not slumping. We're always sitting beautifully aligned. Keep the gaze up. Let's go one more time. All right, that's our side. Now we're going to do a tap on our toes. So we lift the heels lower, a toe tap. 4 of them. Here we go. Lift and lower and a toe tap. And again, lift and lower and a toe tap. So we're working our abdominals here just to keep our spine beautifully aligned. So keep thinking of pulling your belly button in. We've got 1 to go. Lift the heels and lower, toe tap. All right, we're going to do it all on the other side. So 4 with the leg going front, 4 with the leg to the side, 4 going to the back. Okay, here we go. Lift and lower, and we had a heel tap forward. Again, lift and lower, and we got a heel tap forward. And again, lift and lower, and tap forward, and again. I think I might have even kicked out, actually. I think I kicked out. All right, I'm going to the side. You can do a heel tap if you don't want to lift the leg. And again, lift and lower, and side tap. And again, lift and lower. Now we have our toe tap going back. So we lift and lower, and we got a toe tap. And a lift and lower, and a toe tap. And a lift and lower, and a toe tap. And 1 to go, a lift and lower, and a toe tap. Okay, so you get to do that again, but either you're sitting, or if you can, you're going to stand. So I'm just going to come side on so it's a bit easier to see. You can stand behind your chair if you don't want to move it around, but just be mindful that you don't want to let your legs kick the chair. So we're going to go forward either with a kick or with a heel tap if you want. Instead of our lift and lower, we're going to do a little knee bend. Okay, so let's go for our 4. Here we go. Bend the knees and straighten and kick and lower. So I'm using my outside leg away from the chair. If you're facing your chair, you can go heel tap forwards or a kick, but obviously don't kick into the chair. All right, now we're going side. And again, I'm going to kick out into the air. Bend and kicking out into the air. We've got 2 to go. How tall are you standing? Are you pulling your tummy in nice and deeply? Now we're going to do a little kick back if you can, and you're allowed to lean forward a little bit. Bend the knees, just a tiny little forward lean. That back leg doesn't need to be high. You don't need to do any belly dancer arabesques. Okay, well done. That was all with that leg. I'm going to move my chair around and we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. Okay, here we go everybody. Stand tall, tummy in. Bend and straighten, and we're kicking or we're heel tapping. Bend and straighten and out and in. And again, bend and straighten and out and in and bend and straighten. Okay, we're going to the side. Nice work. Bend and straighten. Out we go. Bend and straighten. Out we go. And bend and straighten. Okay, now we're going to go back. So you've got a toe tap if you like, or a little kick. Bend and straighten. Keep the tummy pulled in. So that's going to help to stabilize you when you're in that balance challenge. And done. Good. If you're not already facing your chair, I'm going to get you to face your chair. If you're sitting down, we've got more heel raises. I'm going to slightly angle. We're going to do what's called pony trots. So we're going to bring one heel up, and then we're going to swap and bring the other heel up. And we're going to swap, and we're going to swap. Now, if this is feeling like it's okay for you and you're standing, can you just have one finger on the chair? So we're going. So I'd like a moment where both heels are up. So we're not just lowering the heels to lift the alternating heel, but we're coming up to the toes on both feet. And if you've got fingertip touch, maybe you can come hands to your hips. Can we do 8 more? And 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and lower both heels. Good, give those legs a little bit of a shake. Let's come to sitting and take a few ankle circles. So sit yourself down, nice and comfortable, and extend out one leg, and we're just going to circle that ankle around and around and around one way. And then we're going to circle that ankle around and around the other way, trying to make every circle a little bit bigger than the one that went before. All right, let's do the other one. So other leg out and circle round, circle round. And we'll do one more that way. And then we're going to circle back the other way, around and around and around and around, and pause. Nice. So we've done arms, we've done legs. We're now going to move our spine a little bit with a couple of twists and a couple of side bends. Just go as far as is comfortable. We're going to start with a twist. So you're going to take one hand behind you onto the chair and one hand across onto your leg or your chair, depending on if you've got arms or not. Sit up nice and tall, and then breathe out and twist. Stay there. Sit up nice and tall, and breathe out and try and twist, or just hold your twist. Again, sit up tall, and twist a little bit more, and then we'll undo that and we'll come to the other side. So other hand across you, other hand on the back of the chair. Breathe in, breathe out, take your twist. Again, breathe in and breathe out to take your twist. And again, breathe in and breathe out to take your twist. Nice. So now we're doing side flexion. So you can have a hand on the chair, but it's really important that you don't lean into that shoulder. You try and keep dropping the shoulder down, or a hand on the leg. Arm up to the roof, or behind your head, or across you. Really important that both hips stay down on the chest, so we're not going to be shifting around. So we're going to breathe in. I'm going to go here today, and I'm going to breathe out to side bend. And we're always going to come out of it as we inhale. And we exhale and lean. So this is called the mermaid in Pilates. Exhale and lean. Again. Exhale and lean. And then we're going to do the other side. So come back to center. Choose where you want your other arm. And we're going to side bend. And we're going to come in. Tummy strong. And this side bend. Come back on in. And we're going to side bend. And again. And we're going to side bend, and then we're going to come all the way back and give your shoulders a nice circle round. Excellent. All right, we're going to try and move our spine a little bit with some roll downs. If this doesn't feel right for you today, just sit up nice and tall and stay with some shoulder circles. Otherwise, we're going to do our seated roll down. If you like, you can take your legs a little bit wider apart for this, so that you're reaching down in between your legs, or you can just run your hands along your legs. So we want to move our spine like this bike chain. So this time we tuck the chin into the chest, so you're looking down your body. And then we're going to round the spine, rounding yourself like you were trying to roll into a little ball. The arms reach forwards. We're going to breathe in. And then we breathe out and we're going to roll the spine back up, imagining you were pressing back into a wall with your backbone as you come up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you pull your tummy in. You let your chin nod to your chest. You're going to reach your hands down like you're sliding them down a wall. And then we're going to come all the way back on up. And your shoulders will be down and they'll come on up last with your head. Last time, tuck your chin to your chest. Round the body forwards, reaching all the way down, breathing in at the bottom, and then up we come, restacking your spine, shoulders down, head up last, and then take a nice big shoulder circle. All right, so you're done for this morning or this afternoon or whenever you're doing this. Hopefully your body feels a little bit more mobile now, a little bit of activity, a little bit of balance work. So nice to see you, and join me again soon for another video.